Did you know that in 2008's Crash Mind Over Mutant on the Nintendo Wii, if you turn your Wiimote upside down and shake the nunchuck, this will happen. Now, you can call me immature all you want, but I find this hilarious. Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you things that you may not have known about your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of a drunk squirrel. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you do, I'll make sure to clean your bedsheets. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with Overwatch 2. Now, one of the many maps in Blizzard's addictive hero shooter is Antarctic Peninsula. Peninsula was the first new control map released for Overwatch 2, and it's pretty much what you'd expect from a control map. However, there are a couple of things that players might not have noticed whilst doing battle in the snow. For example, did you know that at each spawn point, you can do this? So you can shoot into the fishing hole and fish will come out. May I suggest using Bastion's tank mode to catch more fish than you'll ever need. Now, it could be pretty easy to miss this fishing hole, but I expect that most of you who have spent time in the spawn room on this map have stumbled upon it before. Well, I'd be very surprised if any of you have just quote unquote stumbled on this before. So hidden just outside of one of the spawn rooms is a very lonely snowman. Like I said, I highly doubt that anyone has just bumped into this little guy before. That is, unless you're really, really bad and somehow died at spawn. Next up are even more cool details from WWE 2K23. Now, over the past couple of episodes of this series, we've discovered loads of really cool moments where the game's commentators will acknowledge strange happenings. But today's example of this might just be my favourite. Once upon a time, the WWE and WCW were mortal enemies who were engaged in the famous Monday Night Wars. Ultimately, through bad business decisions and stupid contracts, the WCW lost this war, and WWE chairman Vince McMahon swooped in and bought the competition. Fast forward over 20 years later, and you can wrestle in WCW venues in a WWE game. It's funny how things turn out. Well, it seems that we're not the only ones who find the WCW's appearance in WWE games to be odd. If you wrestle at a WCW venue, the commentators will notice their strange surroundings.
WCW ain't all that bad. I saw some guy in the back named Stunning Steve. I think that kid might have something.
Monday Nitro, so this is where the big boys play, huh?
Look at the adjective, play.
Ugh. This feels a bit unusual to be on Nitro, right, guys?
I've just been looking for the Nitro girls, Cole. Are they here tonight? I can't find them.
I love how the commentators mentioned bumping into Stunning Steve backstage, who would of course later go on to become the legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, the majority of wrestlers are big guys, usually standing well over 6 foot tall and over 220 pounds. That's why I always found it weird that when fighting near the commentary team, they wouldn't acknowledge the two huge men standing next to them banging into each other like two oiled up bumper cars. Well, that's changed in 2K23. If you fight near the announcer tables, they will rightfully act concerned.
Oh, great. Rearranging our ringside furniture here. Clearing the announce desk.
What a mess.
Oh, look at this!
I don't want to be part of these problems. Don't want to be part of this crowd.
Ooh-wee. Oh, I hope they back up. They're getting too close for comfort.
Oh, no one's paying attention to you, Saxon. They're too busy beating the tar out of each other. Now would be the time for everyone to clear out.
Easier said than done. They are not concerned about anyone else's well-being. Ooh.
Could be some collateral damage on the way here.
Everyone needs to clear out, including us.
Next up is the excellent Wolfenstein The New Order. Now, when The New Order released in 2014, it was packed with secrets for players to find. I mean, are you even an Easter egg YouTuber if you haven't uploaded the Wolfenstein 3D dream sequence? Well, there is a much smaller secret to find, and it involves toilets. If you flush the toilet in Caroline Becker's room and then flush the toilet downstairs, BJ will say this.
Seems to be in order. This is turning into some kind of compulsive behavior.
Now, what BJ calls compulsive behaviour, I just call cleanliness, so his toilet flushing antics are fine by me. Right, let's end today's video with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Now, I've said before that in the RE4 remake, Ashley is far more capable than she was in the original game. And for proof of this, look no further than Chapter 14. If you run from the regenerator, and let's face it, why wouldn't you, then Ashley will do this.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So leading the deadly enemy towards Ashley will cause her to kill it herself, which is pretty cool. Oh, and speaking of Ashley, in Chapter 5 you can find her phone, which has definitely seen better days. However, if you inspect the phone whilst Ashley is at your side, she will say this.
Seriously? I just bought this.
It's only a small piece of dialogue, but it is cool that she notices her phone. Now, one of the most annoying characters in both the original and the remake is Ramon Salazar. This tiny package of pure evil seems to take pleasure in taunting Leon at every turn, even if he isn't there in person. Dotted around the castle are speakers that Salazar uses to make Leon's already bad day that little bit worse. Well, if you've had enough of Salazar talking utter rubbish, you can do this.
Hand over the girl.
Not this guy again.
I'm taking delivery of preparing some entertainment.
So shooting the speakers will shut Salazar up, at least for a little while. Now, if I'm honest, I kind of wanted more to happen here. Perhaps Salazar could tell Leon off for shooting the speakers, or if Leon shot too many, he could send enemies after him. I know it's not a big deal, but I think it would be cool. Oh, and did you know that Leon can save his eyes from flashbangs? Here, this is what happens when Leon throws a flashbang. So, as you'd expect, Leon is momentarily stunned. Well, here is what happens when Leon throws a flashbang whilst wearing sunglasses. So Leon is completely unfazed. It's a really cool detail, and not having Leon raise his hands to protect his eyes could be the difference between life and death on harder difficulty settings. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe and do all the other things that YouTube wants you to do. Thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.